Welcome to part 3 of our overview of data literacy. During this lesson, you will be introduced to the 4 data analytics: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. These analytics are foundational to the study of data literacy. The 4 data analytics are the methodology we use to turn data into powerful insights that support data-informed decision-making. You've used similar methods to solve problems. The Army problem-solving process, for example, helps to ensure that no key piece of information is overlooked during analysis, minimizing the risk of unforeseen developments or unintended consequences. Take some time to review this scenario. This scenario was generated from a real-world situation. It has been simplified for instructional purposes. The scenario sets the stage for our discussion of the 4 data analytics. The 10th Mountain Division is experiencing a downward trend in DFAC utilization. We anticipate that by analyzing each DFAC's administrative records and the hundreds of staff duty officer inspection reports gathered over many months, that this will yield valuable insights using various analytics. For this purpose, we have prepared a SMART question. How might we increase DFAC utilization by 15% over the next 6 months by taking into consideration the factors contributing to the downward trend? Since we have developed our data-driven question, we need to determine what kinds of analyses we want to perform. The 4 types of analytics, as indicated before, are descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. Typically, we want to conduct our investigation in this order, so nothing is overlooked. Descriptive. What do we know about the data? Our focus is on the past and current characteristics of the data or data sets. So, for example, frequencies and averages, measures of central tendency. Diagnostic. Why or so what? Identify which relationships are significant and potentially explain what has been observed. For example, the data may show that one or more factors, or independent variables, influence another factor that we are interested in. In this case, our dependent variable is DFAC utilization. Prediction, which means show which values or factors predict the factor or value we are studying. For example, we find that every hour spent conducting PMCS results in a 10% reduction in non-mission capable equipment. Or in our scenario, perhaps the data show that increasing the dinner meal period by 15 minutes will increase utilization by an average of 3 patrons. Prescriptive. What do we do about it? Perhaps following the analysis and comparison of potential COAs, we've formed a recommendation. Therefore, based on our analysis of the data, COA Bravo will improve our mission effectiveness and it's the least cost in terms of time and money, or something like that. Over the next 4 slides, we will illustrate how the 4 data analytics can be used to address 10th Mountain's DFAC problem. The intent of descriptive analysis is to understand the current state and historical trends. We can look at the average headcount on each day of the week. We can examine our budget expenditures and review inventory records. From the hundreds of staff duty officer reports, we have a great deal of data with customer feedback, staff perceptions, and compliance with regulations and division policy. As you can see, there's a mix of quantitative and qualitative data available. We may be able to use these raw data to form metrics or measurement standards that help describe the big picture. Perhaps one of our metrics can help senior leaders better understand the issues involved. Diagnostic analysis in this scenario focuses on identifying the root causes of low DFAC utilization. To diagnose our dependent variable, DFAC utilization, we examine the relationships among different factors looking for correlations and associations. It's unlikely that one single factor explains DFAC utilization, so it's important to be thorough. It may be useful to provide a visualization such as this Pareto chart to help identify significant variables. What combination of factors influence DFAC utilization? What factors are potentially causal? That is, what factors help explain the decline observed in DFAC utilization? Having narrowed down the factors that appear to influence DFAC utilization, predictive analysis can be used to forecast and assess the impact of different variables. We can also create models to show how changes or modifications made in the present might produce desired outcomes. In this manner, we seek to understand the impact of different factors such as service quality, menu changes, and promotional activities. In the example, OLS, or ordinary least squares regression, highlights how statistical models can be used to make informed decisions based on historical data. By isolating the factors that directly influence DFAC utilization, we can predict potential outcomes and form courses of action for decision makers. Having performed predictive analysis, we have the evidence needed to suggest COAs to the commander. We do this by using prescriptive analytics to formulate actionable strategies to increase DFAC utilization. By optimizing the menu, improving service, implementing promotional strategies, and making operational adjustments, 10th Mountain DFACs may better meet customer needs and preferences, ultimately driving higher utilization rates. Having implemented these actions, which may be partly attributed to customer feedback, we can observe the results and continue to gather data. We've explored the 4 basic types of data analytics essential for enhancing our data literacy. Each type of analytics builds on the previous one, creating a robust framework for making informed decisions. Understanding and applying these analytics can turn data into powerful insights and strategic actions. Returning to the Army problem-solving process, we can see how these analytics complement our doctrine. We must gather facts and assumptions to describe the problem. From the data gathered, we develop criteria to diagnose what's happening. We analyze these data to generate predictive models and courses of action. And we prescribe solutions, that is, actionable recommendations that underlie data-informed decisions. Next up in this overview of data literacy, we will examine what's involved with reading data.